Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Reine Des Fleurs. We're on the last video with Ghislain here, his extras. There's 3 extra little scenes here that we get in his section. So I'm going to read those to you, and then there's this little bit of biography stuff here, and I'll read those at the end of the video. So for now, let's start with scenario number 1. Sharing feelings. One afternoon, I had the opportunity to ask Ghislain about something I had been wanting to know.
What's the most delicious dish I've ever had in my life?
Yes, I would like to hear that if you don't mind.
I expected him to say nothing, but he seems to be really thinking about it. Then, well, I have several of them, but if I had to say which was the most delicious one, I would say the mashed potatoes that I often had when I was in the army camp. Mashed potatoes? That is totally unexpected. Was there something special about them?
Well, nothing special. It was just normal mashed potatoes, but because I ate them with my comrades, who had been by my side through thick and thin, that's what made them special. Even if you try to cook them the same way, it would never taste the same.
Ghislain speaks of his memories in such a gentle and calm manner. The exquisite taste of this food can only be experienced with friends that you have spent time with. And that proves that Ghislain was once a Tanabito. I had wanted to prepare your favorite food for you, at least, since you won't be able to go back home, but what you like is something I cannot cook. I'm sorry for my inability to do so.
That's none of your concern. I never said I miss home.
But clearly well, Mr. Bahue might not know, but clearly he is one of the knights that seems to miss the land the most.
And my body is different now. I don't really have to eat.
Ghislain, it is true that Hanabito have meals mostly for entertainment, but if sharing a meal can connect people, then it is worthwhile. That's why Princess has been trying to get accustomed to Tanabito culture since her childhood. If I could help new companions bond by dining together, I would gladly do that. What do you think?
The Reine, Sumabeni, and you, everyone here seems to like taking care of people more than you have to.
Then Ghislain turns his back.
If there will be something edible for me, and not just the sweets that the Reine likes, I will think about it.
Ghislain certainly said he will think about it. Oh, I better work hard to prepare the best meal, seems I will be busy. Yeah, I guess since he can't cook things that will have memories for Ghislain, then he might as well just try new stuff. Create new memories! And scenario number 2. Awkward approach. I invited Ghislain to my salon to talk about Princess. He appears somewhat uneasy today.
Hey, you've just been talking about random things. Why don't you just directly ask me what you want? I know it's about her, just say it.
I was trying to get us to know each other a bit more before going on to the main subject, but I can see you really care about Princess. He doesn't seem to have any interest in the subjects I bring up. He hasn't even touched the tea I have prepared, I note as I look at the ripples on its surface.
What's wrong with that? Isn't that how a knight is supposed to be?
As a knight, I know that duty is an important thing. But why don't you try talking to Princess without being so formal sometimes?
That look on his face. Sumabeni said something like that too, but I don't know anything about the kind of things women like to talk about.
You don't need to know that. Why don't you just tell her about yourself? You don't think Princess would be interested, do you?
How did you know that?
Ghislain, you are a very honest person. It was written all over your face.
But it doesn't mean I'm not thinking about what I can do for her.
Seems you are having a hard time. I don't mean to offend you, but you don't have much experience with women, do you? He really is terrible at expressing his feelings. Yes, I think we all know that by now. Ever since he acknowledged the princess's reign, he has been gradually changing. In fact, he is more careful about what he says and how he says it now than he was in the beginning. I just feel bad that most people misunderstand him. Seeing you like that would make anybody want to help you.
What are you talking about?
No, I was just talking to myself. By the way, I called you here today because I thought I could help you.
I don't need any help. Even if I did, I can never rely on a woman.
You sexist. Ooh, I thought you would say that, but you actually don't have to rely on me. Ghislain, all you have to do is just talk to me about random things while sipping some tea. And it is natural to talk about Princess, isn't it? If I say that I would listen to his concerns, he will never show me his weakness. That's why we have to call this tea time.
Women seem to be more gifted with verbal skills.
I will take that as a compliment. When I repay him with a smile, Ghislain finally sips his tea. Princess also likes that tea. She says she likes the aroma.
No wonder. This tea has an overly sweet scent. Ugh.
That face.
What else does she like?
Yes, you may not like them, but she also likes these baked sweets.
They're too sweet to me.
He eats some of the sweets, though he said he will never like them. Seeing his effort to try to know more about someone warms my heart.
That's so cute. Eating sweets even though he doesn't like them just to get to know Princess better.
And Princess also has the same attitude. I really wish you two happiness. I feel like I could do anything to make that wish come true. Because that is the only reason I am here today.
Which is so sad. I mean, that's like a prelude to her thoughts as to why she did what she did in his route. She really did everything that she did to try to make Princess happy. And on to his last extra here. Unfortunate gift.
The Eastern Knight, Ghislain. He used to be very harsh on Princess, and we would all sweat seeing it. But over time, after knowing her for a while, the boy seems to be changing. Well, he doesn't seem to be aware of it himself at all. It hasn't wilted yet. It's stronger than I thought. But it has to be strong since I went to the trouble of taking care of it. I'll water it later today too. If it wilts so soon, she'll be... Yes, if that flower dies, Princess would be sad. Tumabeni, you... Why are you... Well, when did you come in? I just passed by, so don't worry. By the way, that flower is the one you just replanted here, right? It looks better than before.
What are you talking about? This flower just caught my eye, that's all.
I try hard not to laugh at the sight of him looking away from the flower and trying to act normal. He's certainly not the type to pick a flower from the ground and grow it in his room. But there are always exceptions.
Again, so cute!
Oh, I just remember what Princess said when she saw this flower in the shadows before. This flower will wilt here, and she looks so sad. Is that the reason why?
Don't take it the wrong way. I didn't do it because of that. I just...
He pauses and grimaces awkwardly. He claims that it doesn't have anything to do with Princess, but at the same time he admitted that he's growing this flower. You didn't do anything wrong. Why are you trying to hide it? I bet some people misunderstand him because of his attitude. His personality is really hurting himself. He doesn't have to be like a Southern Knight. There are so many other ways. Well, even if you deny it, Princess will notice it for sure.
Shut up! I'm telling you, this has nothing to do with her. Oh, why deny it? You're not fooling anyone.
Yeah, whatever you say. His kindness is hard to see. All the past Eastern Knights have been obstinate, but I don't remember anybody who's been more stubborn than him. For his sake, let me pretend I didn't hear him say anything about watering the flower.
No need to embarrass him further.
What's with that face? Do you have something to say? No, nothing. I purposely didn't say anything, then just look at the flower. The flower looks somewhat delicate. Ghislain may be seeing Princess in it. Since the flower looks good, Princess should see it too. Do whatever you'd like. It's much harder to have an owner who's twisted, but I still feel he is worth working under. Maybe it's punishment for me, knowing that we'll have to say goodbye, but keeping it quiet. The fate that brought me to encounter such a great owner. I could only curse it.
But it worked out in the end, at least in the love ending. Alright, now as for Ghislain's stats here, name Ghislain, obviously. Country, the eastern country of Chrysantheme. Command, the chrysanthemum. Age 20, he's a youngin'. All these guys, apparently they're younger than I thought they were. Height, 185 centimeters, so that's pretty tall, I think. Date of birth, April 30th. Blood type A. which is, the blood type's a big thing in the Japanese culture, though we don't make such a big deal out of it over here, as far as I know. Favorite foods: black beer, iced pineapple, GBA cuisine, though I don't really know what that is. I guess it's an area or regional cuisine, but especially smoked. Least favorite food: whipped cream and all sweets. I don't get why it's supposed to be manly not to like sweets. Why is it supposed to be unmanly to like desserts? Alright, well now that is officially everything there is about Ghislain, except for all those extra endings, all those bad endings and stuff, and his loyalty ending. And I truly adored him! I love Ghislain so much, I love my tsunderes. And he's so beautiful, I really love his look. But it's so cute that we actually apparently have cuddle time with him. And apparently it makes him embarrassed, but apparently he gets into it still. He just doesn't like talking about it. So that was a really nice side to see in his love ending there. Alright, so the next episode is going to be Leon's extras, like Ghislain's extras were here, and then we'll get into Orpheus, because people voted for Orpheus next. So hope to see you in that next video or one of my other ones, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye bye everybody.